That's it. We're up.
We're live. What's up, boys? I've got a big old fucking cookie,
Yeah. Welcome back
and
to
I'm
the
gonna
Chinos
eat it
show. Big ol' cookie
because
edition.
I still haven't had dinner.
I'm
You
hungry
have,
as hell. I haven't had
you
dinner
have
either.
bad time management.
I had to beat Piku Niku.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
That was a good game. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The vibe it created was very nice.
It was a pretty chill vibe.
Mhm.
How's the weather been?
In College Station, it has been rainy.
It's been a little bit wet here.
Very,
Yeah,
very
a little
rainy.
bit damp, if you will.
A little bit.
It poured on me on the way home from a class one
Rip.
time. Yeah, and I'm biking, so.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That put it together for me, Caleb. That
Oh yeah.
we really we really shouldn't be talking about that on the podcast.
Yeah, sorry if you're on our Spotify that we're not have set up yet. You can't see us. Well, I guess people who are on YouTube can't see either.
Right.
Yeah, never mind. Just forget about it. Forget we ever said anything.
I'm interested in whatever just happened.
Look in show and tell.
Oh.
The channel in our
That's
Discord
our
server.
Channel in our
Discord channel.
Discord.
You should see the pictures that he posted. The first one I was like, what
The
is
first
this?
one's a little bit.
A little
Like-
bit, yeah, vague, and
Yeah,
then
the second one is obvious. And then you
Mhm.
can put it all together. Well, this is feeling like a Belle Delphine type episode already.
yeah.
Not gonna lie, I forgot about this podcast. Not that it existed, but that it was tonight and at this time.
Yeah, school is kind
I
of throwing
won't-
me off, really.
I won't lie either. Me and Caleb didn't realize until 5 minutes ago either.
Right after you left to go make spaghetti or
I was
whatever.
playing Pokemon and I was like, oh shit. It's 8:55. The most clutch catch of all time.
Or 7:55 Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, yeah.
I'll add to the conversation after I'm done eating this cookie.
How's the
um,
cookie?
Yeah, how's the cookie? What
Almost gone.
What type of cookie is it?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate
It was
chip?
also as big as my hand.
Is it
Yeah, it was
homemade?
quite large.
Mhm.
You guys made
No,
it?
we didn't make the dough, but we cooked them. We didn't
So-
buy the cookie.
Oh, okay. So not
I don't
homemade.
know. We
Not
baked them,
homemade.
but we didn't make the cookie dough. The cookie dough we bought. So, well, actually, I didn't buy any of it. Hmm.
Damn, I am gonna be very hungry.
Mhm.
Because I didn't
Yeah,
eat
I've
a
had
cookie.
like. What have I? Oh, I never mind. I'm not hungry. I had a whole frozen pizza earlier.
Man.
Was it still frozen when you ate it?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We'll just pretend like it was.
Yeah. For the canon.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, like I had like pizza. They always tell you to put it on the directly on the rack, right?
Sure.
Mhm.
They tell you to on the package usually, because that makes a nice crispy crust. You know, that's why there are holes in the bottom of the pans at Domino's as well, I believe. Anyways, I don't do that because it's my 5 minutes, by the way, just so you guys don't get on me. Basically,
Pizza time with Caleb.
a good segment for me, yeah. Pizza time. You know, whenever because I don't know why if you guys have this problem when you make frozen pizzas, but mine usually sticks to the racks, and then they just create a whole big mess. Like you remember at Domino's, Andrew, like trying to scrape the freaking New York style, Brooklyn style pizzas off the
Oh
the
my
conveyor belt?
fucking god.
because they would just like melt into it and then bake around and like
I could
weld
spend
themselves.
a whole 20 minutes talking about how shitty that was.
Yeah.
That
Basically,
sucked.
like they just would stick on, and then the center of the pizza would not be part of the pizza anymore.
Yeah, it would just
so like
tear
it's
off.
pretty much unsellable.
That sucked.
Do you have a jazz festival shirt on,
I
Andrew?
do. Indeed.
Cool. Sorry for
don't.
derailing it.
Sorry,
I have-
I'm surprised you saw it. How far?
I saw
did
Temple.
Yeah.
I saw Temple College.
How far did I
okay.
like lean up?
That
Yeah,
far?
I wouldn't have.
I
okay.
saw Temple College 25th annual, and I was like, "What's that Temple Jazz Fest?"
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, I put mine on some tinfoil usually. I would have
Smart.
put them on a pizza stone or perhaps a sheet, but I didn't have any big enough.
Hmm.
I should buy frozen pizzas.
I got this one at Dollar General. It wasn't very good.
How much was it?
Like $5. Kind of not worth the money to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
There are cheaper ones you can get for better.
You can just get a
Totino's.
an actual pizza.
Yeah, but I went to
From
get I went to get a new
place.
toothbrush and some new toothpaste. At or not
At
Dollar
Domino's.
General. And then I saw the frozen pizzas from like across the store, and I thought, well, I might as well. You know, I have plenty of food at home, but
Yeah,
I'm feeling it.
yeah, dude.
Cookie done.
I ate oatmeal with waffles this morning.
Oh yeah, a lot of carbs.
Yeah, yeah.
Carbs
I
on
also-
carbs, baby.
I had some. So half of my oatmeal was just like regular oats, and then half of it was like protein and fiber type. It had like bananas in it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I love bananas and oatmeal.
Dude,
Mhm. And honey. Gotta
Like-
have banana, honey,
All right,
oatmeal.
people always
I
think
just
I'm
added a
weird.
fuck ton of brown sugar. Is what I do.
Brown sugar works too.
That works. I like to put it on the top sometimes, and then let like kind of get make like a crust on top,
Sure.
Mhm.
and then I like dig in. Yeah, I'm a child.
You know what I want
Basically,
to make? I want to start making pot pies all the time.
Okay.
That shit is good. Just
Yeah,
like
pot
good,
pies are
meaty.
good.
You can put anything. in it.
chunky, hearty pot pie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just throw whatever the fuck you want.
It's in a
Yeah.
pot. Just
Honestly,
make it into
yeah.
a pie.
The best
You don't know
part
how to
is
eat-
if you get a good crust. That's the best
Yeah, the
part of
crust
pot
will
pie.
definitely make it. I wonder what other things would be better if you crusted them. You know,
Fruit salad?
fruit salad with the crust. Maybe.
It's just a fruit pie at that point, right?
Pretty much.
Y'all,
yeah,
y'all
just-
eat your bananas with the crust on, or
No.
Ah.
Have you guys seen? I think it was Cody's lab
just
who made a
really
video
dismisses you.
about potassium, making a
about
potassium.
extracting potassium from bananas and then throwing it in a river or something.
I haven't seen that one.
Because it blows up when it touches
Oh.
water.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, apparently, most of the potassium is in the flesh, or not is not in the flesh. It's in the rind, or
Skin?
the skin, or whatever you want to call it. The peel.
Peel.
Yeah, I know.
Not to be confused with a pizza peel.
Definitely a much different thing.
It's funny how we call that a peel, and then
Well, you
like
peel it.
Yeah, you use it to peel shit. You peel the pizza
Dumbass.
off the thing.
well, why would peel be a verb and a noun though?
No, I understand. I agree with you.
Like,
Lance
that's
being mean.
dumb. Yeah,
No,
but-
because it's an action, but it's also like they're two separate words.
so
like
what
they,
you're
they
saying?
describe two separate things.
That's dumb. Why do we do that?
There's a lot of words like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of words.
I know. I hate them.
Okay.
All I'm saying is,
Yeah, you
whenever
have a
whenever
really
start,
sad outlook on life if you just hate words.
you start learning other languages and you think, man, they probably like. Okay, well, no, never mind. Gonna offend a lot of people who speak different languages if I say that. I was about to say like, yeah, just it's so much easier to speak English, but I don't know. You know, it feels
Well,
like
it
English is
is.
a fast language.
Come on,
If
just speak
there
my
there are
language.
languages that are different and they like feel slower because like the words are more descriptive almost, or not descriptive, but like their sentences are less like stupid like English's sentences.
Well, that sentence was pretty stupid.
Well, yeah, you can make some pretty stupid Englishes in sentence. Oh wait, sentences in
Yep.
English,
Yep.
but
Yep. I got too much
Precisely.
English in my sentence.
I don't know.
Ah,
I think,
this
I don't know,
episode-
maybe-
we'll be taking user questions from users. That are...
Yeah, so if you're here
Yeah.
live, then shoot
Vote
us
on your
some
phones now.
questions. We should
Oh,
play
we did good.
Jackbox on stream sometime.
That'd be fun, yeah.
That would be
That
a
would be
fun
fun.
thing.
But it's got to be like non-podcast.
Yeah, it'll
we
be
can
this.
do-
It'll be the three of us, but it won't be during the podcast.
Yeah.
It would be more than the three of us, right?
Well, yeah, but we would also have. I mean, honestly, if it's just the three of us, then our typical audience would just be in the main game and not be audience members. So
That's true.
True.
I think it's time for the This Week in Space segment.
all right, sounds good.
God damn it. My segment is all about pizza. Yours is about space. I really
Hey,
got the
man.
short end of the stick whenever I didn't
I didn't.
decide on the
I
segment.
didn't draw these. All right. Hey,
Go ahead.
my hands are
What happened-
tied.
What happened this week in space?
So,
You literally said earlier there were like a ton of launches and stuff this week.
I know. I just wanted to experiment with silence.
He filed through everything in his brain, and he was like,
Yeah.
"What do I say? What do I say? What do I say?"
I'll leave the more exciting launch for last, but the first one, typical SpaceX launched like another 1,000 of their satellites for
The internet
Star-
thing?
Starlink.
Yeah, Starlink.
What are you guys' opinions on that? Because I've heard a bunch of controversial.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are upset because they think it'll make a huge line in the sky.
Mhm.
And I mean, I guess it will.
That's
So-
just astronomers. You wouldn't actually be able to see it.
Yeah,
if
like
you
they're
weren't-
dim enough to where I don't know. Yeah, they are pretty small satellites though, so they wouldn't have much reflectivity, would they? Like,
No,
they wouldn't
yeah.
be very bright in the
And-
night sky.
On top of that, they're they're coating the part that would face the Earth with a non-reflective, like black paint.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think if more satellites get put into the sky, they do crash eventually, which they'll just burn up in the atmosphere. But on top of that, it's getting to the point where telescopes on Earth aren't really going to be that necessary. You could put like telescopes on the moon, bring back the moon base from last week. You could literally put it as a satellite. You could, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess
Wait,
I guess it
where's,
would be harder.
Where's James Webb gonna sit? And isn't
James-
that the name of it? James Webb Telescope?
Oh, you talking about that big old dish that like?
No,
Like
it's
downwards?
I thought it was another. It's like Hubble V2, but better. James
Oh.
Webb.
I have no idea.
Yeah, James Webb Oh yeah, it is kind of a dish, but it's gonna be a satellite.
I don't know how.
I
I don't
forget where
really
they're gonna put it, but
keep up with telescopes. That's not my cup of tea. But aside from Starlink, Rocket Lab also launched their Photon, I think is what it's, or maybe Electron rocket. It's an electric rocket, which sounds really cool until you do research on it, and then you just find out that it's a regular rocket, except instead of having a turbo pump, it has an electro pump, which is basically just the difference between a turbocharger and a supercharger in a car.
Mm.
A turbo pump, it just allows the propellant to be pushed into the combustion chamber at extremely high speeds and high pressures. This does the same thing, except it's powered by battery, rather than having like a separate chamber for combustion to spin a turbine. It's like it has every rocket engine has a tiny power plant. I say tiny is relative, but inside of it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, aside from that, NASA's administrator stepped down Wednesday. I think he was there until Wednesday. They gave
Makes
a nice
sense.
little
Makes sense.
They gave a nice little goodbye to him. Yeah. Honestly, that kind of, I understand that you're supposed to keep politics out of, or I understand that because the administrator position is a political matter. When you're talking about science and technology, there's really not like a party that you go to. It's science is
Sure.
science, you know.
Yeah.
But I can see how it, if the president or someone else wants to go a different way with their approach. Like I think Obama was the one that wanted to go to Mars, Trump wanted to go to the moon, and Bush before Obama wanted to go to the moon. So it was more like since Bush wanted to go to the moon, Trump was like, let's go to the moon, and Obama was in the between. He was like Mars. So I think people think Biden's going to want us to go to Mars. But the Artemis program, I don't think we should worry about it because they've already put like billions and billions of dollars into it. And the plan is for it to be operational by 2024, which is pretty soon in terms of NASA goals.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my little segment this week in space. Andrew, you got a segment yet?
No.
You,
I
you
thought,
do this week in Pokemon.
no.
Today
No, that would just be this week
This-
I played.
This decade in Pokemon. We could do it
Pokemon
this
news
week.
isn't too. I talked about Pokemon last week.
This week I played probably is more applicable to this podcast.
Honestly,
All right.
I
played-
this week.
this
I
week.
played Piku Niku. Beat that game
Tell
today.
the people about Pikuniku.
Yeah.
So Piku Niku is a very, very cute little platformer game that takes probably like 3 hours max to beat.
very cute.
It's a very, very like it's not a long game, but it burns bright. Everything in it works. The dialogue that you have with other characters in game, the plot's pretty funny. It actually has like emotional ties. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the music is amazing, and how the music interacts with the environment, I think is really, really cool. But yeah, in Pikanuku, you're just like a little red ball with legs, and you just go around kicking and jumping over stuff. Your typical platformer. So yeah,
Mm,
I've done that and Rocket League this week, pretty much.
yeah. I've been pretty busy this week, really.
hmm
Haven't played
Okay.
much.
Busy.
Yeah.
Busy for sure. This time of year for us. I started Pokemon Black.
hmm
Um,
Was that just earlier tonight, or?
I started yesterday, or 2 days ago maybe, but I played a lot today. In fact, I was playing it up until half an hour ago.
Yeah.
But I've also played some Rocket League. I'm still in the fucking. There's still this mental block for me beating tournaments in Rocket League.
I don't know if it's a mental block.
I
But
really don't think it's a mental block for me.
because
I don't even want to talk about Rocket League right now.
he's just a little frustrated. The 5 o'clock tournament is the easiest tournament to do, though.
You think
I
so?
would say.
Eh.
I think the people are the easiest in the 5 o'clock tournament. That's the one we've had the most success in overall. Like, sure, we've gotten second place in like the 8 o'clock and the 11 o'clock too, but like consistently we are getting high in the 5 o'clock.
I think the 11 a.m. is it's a really wild card.
They don't have it
tournament.
anymore, I don't think.
I don't have that.
Yeah, they do. I played it like a week ago.
They don't have a 2 p.m. anymore.
Yeah, so 2 p.m. that's gone.
Oh, okay. Maybe the 11 is still there. Yeah,
I never see an 11 a.m.
Rocket League's pretty dumb right now for me.
Yeah.
We have been
Wow.
getting better.
Yeah, we've been getting better.
Like, I know, a month ago I was scared to go up for aerials, but now I go up for aerials all the time. Or my judgment for aerials is a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah,
What about you? I'm probably gonna play Kerbal Space Program for this.
I'm probably gonna
Oh, yeah.
eat after this.
Well, yeah, that too. I still have to eat. I shouldn't have eaten that cookie so fast.
You should have savored it.
Yeah.
I feel
But
like we've all gotten better.
mhm.
I mean, yeah.
Like
Just comes with playing the
we didn't
game.
even used to win more than one game in a tournament, and now we're going to the finals like pretty much every other time.
I figured out how to finally hit the ball, so that was a pretty big step.
That was the
I feel like I've
missing
gotten better.
piece
Yeah, that was the.
in our
It turns
team.
out it was me hitting the ball sometimes.
But yeah. You want to talk about the classes that we're taking this semester?
I'm down to do that.
Yeah, sure.
Caleb, you can
Andrew.
start. Caleb,
Caleb.
start. Me and you have been talking a lot the last
I
10 minutes.
True.
Let's see.
We could go ABC order or CBA.
CBA, sure.
CBA.
CBH. Wait. Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot what you guys' names was for a second there. Yeah, I'm taking just a bunch of business classes. Really, kind of boring. Really, nothing too
Business.
exciting.
Business, like economics, or like
Yeah, I'm taking one economics class, but mostly just like basic business stuff because I just switched over to that.
What's basic business?
Like, you know, intro to the business college and stuff like that, and then well, yeah, two classes that are sort of like that, but then one like software in business, which is basically just an Excel class, just like BIM, very boring, and then yeah, economics, and then taking Russian as well for my foreign language, but
That's the cool one.
really, yeah, nothing exciting other than that.
you'll be speaking Russian on this podcast in like a month.
Yeah,
Fluent.
sure.
Absolutely fluent.
Yeah, 100% fluent. We could bring a
That'll be
Russian guy
Caleb's
on.
corner. That'll be Caleb's corner. He goes,
Russian week.
yeah.
This week in Russia. The language only.
No,
though.
Don't talk about this week in Russia right now. We don't need
Yeah,
that on
maybe
this
not.
show.
Maybe not.
It's you could do this week in Russia, but you have to do it in Russian.
That'd
And
be
me
a
and Blaine have
very.
no idea what's going on the whole time.
Yeah.
We're just like, ah.
We should walk out and come back when you're done.
Just tune in, and it's just a single guy speaking very broken Russian while two people look on.
All right. So I'm like pretty much right over the cusp of basic classes for my general engineering. Taking more specific classes now. I do have a intro electric engineering class, electrical engineering class. So it's not really for electrical engineers. It's more for all the other engineers that are going to use basic electrical knowledge and know-how. So it's basically just like I'm gonna have a circuits lab, and then I'm gonna have like an extension of some parts of physics too. So there's that one. That one's at 7:45 at night.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
I have thermodynamics. That one actually seems like it'll be pretty cool. I like thermodynamics. That's why I'm in mechanical engineering. That's not the only reason, but it's always satisfying whenever you see some, whenever you take a class and you're like, yeah, this is why I chose this path.
Yeah.
Differential equations, that'll be my last math course ever.
Whoa.
Well, you're gonna be using math later, aren't you? In like
Yeah, but like
a
specifically
secondary
math.
sense. Yeah.
Nah. And it seems really interesting. Like, I don't know if it'll get harder than this, because it's like different than calculus.
It's just Calc 2 extended, really.
Yeah. It's kind of weird so far. But it's like a different approach.
Yeah.
And my professor struggled for 20 minutes to get lectures started the first day. So I felt bad for her. I could empathize with that for some reason.
Yeah, I mean,
It
well,
was
I
like
guess
every single time she'd click over to Zoom, her whiteboard that she was using for notes would freeze. And she would have to go into Task Manager and close it. And she
Damn.
didn't realize it until the fourth time that she clicked over to Zoom.
oh,
Um, that it was Zoom, or like, I guess anything outside of that program would make it freeze. But yeah, what have I said so far? Diffie thermodynamics, electrical. I have an industrial and systems class, which is basically like project cost analysis, along with like an introduction to economics, kind of like probably what you're taking, Caleb. Like an introductory economics. Like it'll probably tell me how to do taxes, which is
Hopefully.
nice. Yeah. Hopefully this is the class. This is the class that all of
I mean, the 2 economics courses I've taken in college did not teach me to do taxes, so
I haven't taken any yet, and this is the only one that I am taking. So
I feel like I already took all of what I need for economics in high school, like dual credit, you know.
mhm.
But I don't know. I can't
I don't
remember.
know how I
actually
got
took.
how did I get an A in that class in
Yeah.
high school?
I remember
the
I don't
classes were
remember
free,
any
I
of
thought.
it.
I got some credit.
guess
for
it
the-
was
It's because it was
free.
all. It's because it was all given to you on the. There was like tables he would just give you on the test.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense, I guess. I think, and then I have mechanics of materials. That's going to be an extension of statics and dynamics from last semester. It's going to be a pain. It's going to be a pain.
Blaine picked the
because-
worst path. Most
Yeah.
difficult. Take everything, every hard thing from every single path, and put it in one path.
Struggle back to root.
Yeah. Hopefully the mechanics of materials doesn't get that bad. I don't think Ison's gonna be hard because, or sorry, the industrial and systems class that I have is gonna be hard because it's literally like 2 hours. It's like a 2-hour class. But yeah, those are my classes, and they've gone pretty well so far.
How many credit hours are you taking?
Me,
Yeah.
14.
It sounds
They
like a
like-
lot more.
They like lowballing it because none of those classes are 4 hours.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
weird.
Yep, and all of them are like, you have to be doing 3 hours for every 1 hour that you do in here. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
fucked
it's
up.
really a 12-hour course. So
That's
Yeah.
dumb,
my
dude.
14 hours is really
30 something.
32.
It's ridiculous.
No,
Plus
42.
14.
42.
Yeah.
Messed up, dude.
Yeah, all my labs so far in my entire college career have been like 0-hour labs, but they've been like pretty intensive. Sucks.
The labs are the worst because it's like, oh yeah, it's 0 hours, but then you spend 3 hours in the lab.
3 hours in the lab and then like an hour outside just doing things and getting them
Yeah.
ready to turn in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm looking forward to going to those in-person stuff because last semester the non I guess the fact that it was all on my computer and I didn't have to move anywhere made it so that I wouldn't focus. So, and I can already tell like in my electrical class at night that I'm not going to pay any attention to it. I pull the chat window up in Zoom and just read that the whole time if I'm not on my phone.
Yeah, dude.
You heard it
Online
here
class is
first.
brutal.
Honestly, it is pretty brutal, especially whenever like I suck at online.
Especially when my
Yeah.
attention span is that like the size of a flea. So, but yeah,
That first semester, whenever we were sent home, or at least I was,
Mhm.
like fully online, I was just like, okay, screw this. I'm just gonna not try at all, and then take my
Mhm.
pass fails.
Yeah.
that was a critical semester for me because I had to get above a 3.5, and I was
Oh,
at
really?
like a 3.3.
Mm.
So
Damn.
I worked it out, and I had to get an A in all of my classes but one. So I couldn't pass fail any of them because it wouldn't have counted for credit hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked out. Got an A in all of my classes,
Nice.
and then proceeded to get a C in calculus the next semester.
Calculus is dumb.
Online classes are dumb. I wouldn't have gotten a C if it wasn't online. I'm gonna stick to my guns on that one until I die.
I'm the opposite. Calc 2, I probably would have failed if I didn't go online in that class.
Oh, Cal 2 I would have gotten a B in if it wasn't for online because, well, we're gonna move on.
Okay. Alright. This semester, I'm taking 14 credit hours. I'm taking a circuits lab and circuits lecture. I have a small little circuit built next to me. It's incredibly ugly.
Is it your potentiometer?
No, well,
LED?
yeah, except now it has three resistors in parallel.
Oh yeah.
So it's super ugly now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna get mine out.
Is yours for your circuit course?
No, it's just because I wanted to have fun.
You're just a hobbyist.
Yeah. I've taken most of it off. This is my servo control. I can control it from my computer. Got a little servo right here. Yeah.
That's
I got a
fun.
bunch of servos for Christmas. Like 20.
Yeah, I took
What
a I took a digital systems course my first semester.
Yeah.
And we did so much cool shit with breadboards. We like made cool in quotations. I think it's cool. We made counters and we made memory and shit. Like just straight
Memory's
up,
cool.
like just straight up physical memory, basically.
Yeah.
We would make clocks and stuff. It was pretty
I remember
cool.
you telling me about that. You were like, what if I made this into a computer? How much memory would this have? You know, I made this into a computer.
Yeah, I have that. That's a different kit, and I have it sitting over there somewhere. But yeah, I'm taking a circuits lab course. Well, a circuits lab and a circuits lecture course. I'm taking differential equations as well.
Are you taking linear algebra as well?
I took
No, you took that last semester. Yeah.
I'm taking Calc 3 though at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's such a weird setup.
It's an okay setup. I mean, you don't need Calc 3 for differential equations.
Right, but you had Cal 2, and then it was like, no,
I-
we're gonna put linear algebra in here.
Yeah, it was strange, but I mean, it's not.
You
a
did
big
use
deal.
linear algebra in physics, too, so
Yeah,
a little bit, I guess, if you wanted to.
if you wanted
I-
to.
I had to use it in statics and dynamics, and I still haven't taken linear algebra, nor will I ever.
It's
unless I get a
useful,
math minor.
especially if you're into programming. It's pretty useful.
Yeah. I might get a math minor. It's only like one more class because I'm already taking like all of the maths pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And then I'm also taking, DiffyQ, Calc 3,
Hold on 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Circuits Lecture, Circuits Lab, and I'm taking a C++ course also, which I will thoroughly enjoy. I'm already enjoying it. I get an assignment, and I do it instantly. Like right after class ends, I do it because it's exciting. I love programming.
Programming course is always fun,
It's so
especially if
fun.
they're like set up as like almost puzzle like, you know, all the assignments.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean?
I don't know how Michael had to retake a programming course. I
He did?
understand that it might not be for everyone, but like I just enjoy them so much. I can't imagine someone
Yeah.
having to struggle or having to like not enjoy it and retake it because they couldn't like get into it. My goal by the end of the semester is to rebuild my RPG I built into a more like user-friendly system, and I could distribute it actually.
Right, yeah.
That's my goal.
How'd you write it in the first place?
I wrote it in MATLAB, which doesn't have a cheap commercial compiler.
Mm-hmm.
so I couldn't like. It also doesn't have. There's also a thing called there's MATLAB compiler. There's also something called like MATLAB coder or some shit that'll convert it to C++.
Oh yeah.
But all that shit costs like $5,000.
Oh.
So it, yeah. And I don't think my school has. I don't think a single computer at my school has that capability. They might have had it before, but I don't think they have that suite anymore.
Yeah. Are
So
you taking
yeah.
your first C++ course?
This is my first C++ course, yeah. But programming is programming. You understand.
Yeah.
You understand at least the structure, and some of the keywords are identical. So,
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of syntax. Like, there's something. So, like in an if statement in C++, I broke so many. Well, my like two programs I was writing for fun. I broke them by putting an end at the end of my if statement.
Oh,
You don't do
right.
that. You don't do that in C. But you do it in any like analysis programming language that I was learning
so
already.
weird.
So, do you do that in
Sorry about that.
Python?
No, you don't end it. You just
You just
tab.
if else and then you tab
Mm.
out.
You indent it and
Right.
then
Yeah.
you
I
just
guess
unindent it.
in C it makes sense because you have your braces and
Mhm.
you have a closing brace at the end, so it kind
Yeah.
of makes sense.
I've
Yeah.
had to code in C a little bit for any of the Arduino stuff. Isn't it like a form of C, C++?
Yeah. C and C++ are practically the same language. One's just newer.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about C sharp to tell you anything about C sharp, but I know it's used in like Unity and stuff.
hmm I was trying to make a Python program that would port over into, so I could control this like my servo directly with my keys, like WASD keys, so that I could have like a little RC car that I plugged into my
Right.
laptop. But it's pretty hard to figure out, and Python didn't really like importing serial. Python wasn't a fan of cereal, just like me.
Oh, you don't like cereal?
I don't like cereal. That's
That's
F
fair.
tier. F tier breakfast food. Oh, I had the best breakfast for breakfast.
What'd you eat today?
Glad you asked. I made an egg. I made 2 eggs, put them together, right, in a pan. Broke the yolk, of course, because I was gonna make an egg sandwich. You don't want that like drippy down your face or anything. Toasted some toast, put some mayo on the toast. Mayo on my sandwich, Folded, flip the eggs, and then you fold the eggs together. That way it's like a double layer. I wish I had like some ham that I could sear, but I just ran out. But yeah, I had an egg sandwich with yogurt and milk. No, I had it with coffee. But
Fucking liar.
sorry. Well, the coffee had milk in it, so
Milk and water and coffee drippings.
what?
That's what coffee is.
Oh,
If you put
Not
milk in it, it's
necessarily.
just water and drippings of coffee.
What if you just stir instant coffee crystals into milk? What is it then?
I guess it's just
instant
guess it's just-
coffee.
It's just like a milky coffee, but not watered down at all. It's just like coffee flavored milk.
just thick ass coffee. Blaine, what are
I
you
don't know,
doing?
that's what I do pretty much.
Doing the face.
Damn, our Spotify listeners would have no idea what just
I
happened.
know, yeah. Those poor souls.
Poor souls.
Hey man, all of the Spotify listeners from the Spotify, we can probably put our video on it for podcasts. I might bite my tongue because I don't know if it's possible, but I know podcasts have videos now on Spotify.
They do?
Yep.
These are to all our future Spotify listeners.
Yeah.
we'll retroactively put this episode up, and this will be the first time we address you guys. So, much love to our Spotify listeners.
Also, Apple iTunes and SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, we'll be SoundCloud podcasters.
I don't know if I'm being honest. I think unless we paid for a premium account, only like 2 of our episodes would fit before we ran out of space on our free account.
There's like a max amount.
It's like 5 hours or something.
Oh.
Did you watch?
upload.
Did you watch the video of Conor McGregor weighing in, Andrew?
I
And
didn't.
screaming
No,
like Waluigi.
I didn't.
He really weighs
God.
in and then goes, "Wow!"
And whenever you Google it anywhere else other than where I sent it, they cover his like.
Yeah, they're trying to delete it from existence, and
We
nobody
can't
sees
find
them.
it.
Why?
You can't find it.
What the
Well, because
fuck?
it's stupid as hell.
Yeah, McGregor's people are trying to protect him, protect his image.
I can't Google McGregor why and it comes up with anything.
All right.
This is
I'm going
this is
to do something
seen-
bold.
seen here first at the Chinos show.
Oh,
I'm
are
gonna
you
do
gonna
something
live
bold, and I'm gonna open it and watch it. Where did you send it to us?
It was in our group chat that we have.
in Snapchat? Yeah.
Oh,
But you just skip through the video because
You have to skip to him weighing in. It'll be like a shot of him and his kids, and then he'll have his shirt off, and he
Yeah.
like double
What-
bicep flexes.
Once they start taking off their clothes, you're close.
Yeah.
And then they like they get really close to each other and look like they're about to kiss, you know, like they do at those
Mhm.
fights. And then they start weighing in.
I don't know if it's saved in our. Oh yeah, I found it. Okay, it's like right at the bottom.
Yeah. I made sure to save it because
How do
it
I
might not
skip
be there.
to what?
Just tap. But yeah, oh. I'll
You can go ahead. I'm gonna find it.
I don't actually have anything. What about you, Caleb?
What do you mean anything?
I'm fresh out.
Fresh out of
Okay, I found it. I'll turn it up on my phone real quick.
Ah.
What an incredible
man.
war cry that was.
Yeah, that's an Irish war cry if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, for real, jeez. You hear that in the plains in the year the year
The year, insert year in this spot.
yeah.
In the air. Beep. Redacted.
It's funny how they're trying to get rid of that. Or if they even are. It's just something that nobody else picked up on.
I don't know how they didn't. I don't know. It must have just been the Snapchat people that actually caught his audio.
Yeah.
Because like you can even go to the live recordings from people that were there, and it doesn't pick it up. So I don't know where the sound is coming from.
I
But
mean, like people in the crowd recording.
yes, and you can't hear it.
That must be, maybe it's dubbed then. I don't know, because like he wasn't mic'd up or anything.
There's no way it was dubbed. It was like the
he's just
MMA
loud.
Snapchat. Yeah, I think he's just loud, but I don't know how they didn't catch that on the live recordings.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I feel sad. I feel like we need to do better for our audience. We got to come in a little bit more prepared than this.
This was a once in a lifetime thing this time.
This
There's
is like
never been a-
twice.
There's never been a week where all 3 of us were like, "Oh shit, it's Saturday at
I'm
8:55."
completely oblivious as to like when and where we were.
Normally, at least one of us is like, "Yo, where you guys at?"
Yeah. No, yeah, we were all.
Yeah.
Blaine was up to go make a big old thing of spaghetti.
I had
Dinner-
water. I had
dinner
a
just
pot
got
of
ready
water on
here.
the stove.
I'm starving and dinner's ready, and I really just want to go eat right now.
What? Or so wait, how much How much spaghetti are you making?
Me?
Yeah, you like making it for the whole house?
No.
Because you're like house mom and everything?
No. No.
Uh.
I just
Are you
made a
just
pot.
making a single person amount of spaghetti? How do you do that?
I eat a lot of spaghetti, Caleb.
Do you just have a box of raw spaghetti and you just cook a small amount for yourself?
Mhm.
Is that what you're gonna? Yeah, that's how you do it, Caleb. It's pretty fucking simple. You just don't cook
You
a
don't have
lot
to
of
dump
spaghetti.
all of it in.
You just
You
cook
don't
less
I'm
spaghetti.
talking. Wait, are you just eating plain spaghetti noodles?
No. Well, I
So
thought I
wait,
had.
Are you like taking a bit of meat? How are you? Okay, describe how you're making this spaghetti to me. Because now I'm concerned.
So this is how I was gonna do it. There's a little bit of a change of plans. I was gonna get the spaghetti that I had, use it up. You know, you gotta crack it in half. That way they're like
Sure.
Yeah,
more
everybody does
manageable
that.
size.
Yeah, sure.
Make this like cook the spaghetti, and then, you know, put it in a bowl. Put it with like the marinara sauce, or you know whatever Prego red sauce that you
Use
use.
Prego. You fucking.
That's pretty
You
disgusting,
narc.
to be honest. Yeah.
You're a narc for using Prego.
Can I
If
finish?
you don't use ragu, you're a bagu. You're a bad dude if you don't use ragu.
Ragu's for poor people.
Dude, it's
Jeez.
actually decent.
Why didn't you
Blaine,
just true
you heard it
colors?
here. Blaine oppresses
I don't
the
actually know
poor.
the cost difference between the two.
I don't know, yeah.
Ragu is horrible from Badger. Well,
Thanks, Badger.
obviously, if our tier list was bad, we'd probably have really bad taste in
Yeah.
actual food.
Yeah, personally, I
Badger
like
was
using
not
barbecue
happy with our
sauce.
tier list. He
Nobody
had a,
was. Nobody was happy. I wasn't
Literally
even happy.
nobody. I was pretty unhappy with some of the placements.
I didn't care. You gotta take it a little lightly. Oh,
Did you
but
even
anyways,
save that, Andrew, or is it just lost to the ether?
It's
Or-
in the thumbnail of our old video, or last
That's
week's
good
video.
enough, I guess.
in the very end of the podcast, you can, I think, right?
What?
Did
Or
we
something
show
like
it?
that. I don't know.
He put his phone up to this. It was on your phone, wasn't it?
Maybe. Also, I probably have the file that I used for the thumbnail on my computer.
Mm.
It's also a saved thing on Tier Maker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Definitely not.
Anyways,
gone.
Blaine, continue.
So I put the Prego in the bowl of noodles. I put a healthy amount. All right.
So wait,
Emphasis.
you don't like make meat sauce?
I don't make the sauce.
No, you
'Cause
don't
that-
make like meat sauce.
You don't need meat for.
No, I
spaghetti.
don't make
You
meat
just
sauce.
do like you just do the sauce and the sauce and noodles. That's it.
And I have meatballs that I would put in there.
Okay, that makes sense.
So not like a meat sauce, but I'll have meatballs.
Right. Usually,
And-
what I do when I make spaghetti is like make a whole, take like a pound of beef, you know, and like a whole jar of spaghetti sauce, and then like a full thing, half thing of noodles, and make a whole big thing of spaghetti and eat it for like the next week.
The
next week. But I see what you do. That makes more sense though.
It
for us
probably
to do
in the
something.
long run takes more time, but at the same time, I don't want spaghetti every single day of the week sometimes.
Well, you know, you
Yeah.
gotta. Sometimes you just gotta live with it. You know,
Oh, spaghetti
live with
again.
the consequences of your actions.
Caleb, I want to
Okay.
make some more meatballs next time I'm in
Yeah.
town.
We do need
Those-
to do that.
What?
Cook them up
Whenever-
for like 6 hours and.
Yeah. A couple years ago, Caleb and I did a collab.
Yeah, sure. We made meatballs together. It's like such
Was
a
this
collab.
was this during your bread making phase, Caleb?
It was a little
Probably in
after.
there.
A little bit after. I remember trying Caleb's bread a few times.
His sourdoughs that he would make.
Sometimes
Shit
it didn't
was-
turn out very well.
Sometimes that shit was yummy.
Yeah, sometimes it was really good. I remember for a while there, I would just like make a whole loaf of sourdough and then eat that for lunch at school.
That's all you would eat at school.
And
yeah.
people would be like, "What's wrong with you? Are you weirdo? Why are you eating just a heel of bread?"
Caleb,
You know?
Caleb, do you need some money?
And then you were like, I put 3 cups of flour in here. I have to eat it.
Badger wants to hear about the bread making phase.
Well, I just liked making bread in high school. You want to hear how I made it, or you just want to hear about why I made it?
He made
Yeah.
it without a bread maker too.
Yeah,
Mm.
I like it. I like that simple bread, you know, just flour, water, and salt.
Yes. To
I don't
both of
know.
your questions, I guess.
Well, how I made it, usually I made it the exact same way every time. Just a bunch of flour, bunch of water, and some of my starter. Oh, that was the best part, having a sourdough starter that you had to keep track of.
that you had to feed
Yeah, feed it with some nice flour every once in a
feed
while.
and water every time because you're
Yeah.
literally it's a microbiome.
Yeah, I mean, like, you have to give it food, or else it gets all out of balance, and then you
Well, I
get
wouldn't call it a
bad
biome,
tasting.
I guess.
It kind of is. I mean, you cover it. I usually covered it with like plastic wrap, just put it
Yeah.
in the fridge.
But it's only one thing that you're feeding though. It's not like a biome,
Well, no, it's a
right?
bunch of different. Well, yeah, it's like one. There's like one species that is the yeast, that gives it
Mhm.
a nice airiness to the bread. But then there's like others for the. There's like okay, there's like a type of yeast that gives you the like regular bread, rising and everything. And then there's like it's like a lactobacteria or something, gives you the nice lactic acid for the sour flavor.
Mhm.
That's so, so great. But I mean, it's a whole colony of bacteria and everything like that. So, I mean, it would probably weird so many people out, They're like, "Oh, you're putting basically rotting a rotting bowl of batter into your bread every time you make it." And yes, that
But
is
it
what you're
makes a
doing.
really, really good bread.
Yeah, it makes some good bread sometimes. Sometimes, oh man, my bread would turn out so bad sometimes, but other times it would be nice and good. It's just
You
because
do like go on.
the starter, I didn't I didn't just go buy some yeast from the store. I just like left some flour out in some open air for a while, and then just caught some, bacteria from the wind, and that's what I was using. Like I literally, that's what I was using to like make my bread, and so sometimes it would just be really bad, and like really didn't rise at all. It'd be like a brick, and that's pretty inedible. But
Yeah.
I don't know, it was fun. Fun while it lasted.
The crust I think was the hardest part to get right.
Yeah. Well, it was hard to make like a nice soft bread. It was always
Mhm.
like pretty, French
Tough.
bready, nice
Yeah.
and chewy, like good bread for like soup, like
Dense.
naan. I don't know.
No. Not
I
like
like to
naan,
eat it though.
but
It was good, good bread. Anyways, you'd have to knead it for a while. I don't know why I had to eat it. Oh yeah, well you had to knead it for a while because in order to make good sourdough with like nice big holes and everything, it has to be like really soupy dough. It's a thing called hydration. And in order to like bagels, you know how they have tiny holes? They're like
one
super.
bagel has one big hole
All right,
in
I'm
the
leaving
middle.
the podcast. Thanks for watching, guys. Anyways,
Everyone was thinking it.
I
yeah.
was not. I was not
So
thinking it.
you'd knead the dough until until you could hold it up and see see the light through it, and it wouldn't break, right? And then you what else would you do? Oh, then you'd form it into the loaf and let it sit there for like, or no, you'd let it rise over a series of hours. It would take a long time because it was sourdough, and it wasn't like a really nice starter, so it would take a while.
Hmm.
And then you'd form it, beat it down, knead it a little more, and then form it into an actual ball, and then you'd let that rise in the bread form, or you'd even just not if you wanted to, but it wouldn't turn out very well. And
You
then
had a
just bake it.
certain method for like tucking the.
Yeah, basically, whenever you form it into the loaf and before the secondary rise, you want to really form into a ball and then kind of fold the outside over so it like makes a nice tension on the outside, and that would hold it up and make it where it didn't fall flat in the oven.
Mhm.
It would kind of like try to stay upright. Like I was always striving for that ideal loaf that wouldn't
The
turn
like.
into kind of like a yeah, it would like be pretty much just a ball
Mhm.
because you want it to be like nice and airy in the middle, plenty of big holes, and then you don't want it to be flat. You want it to be like a nice, just like a ball.
So you never used like a loaf pan.
No, yeah.
When I made
Uh,
bread for uh I just
project.
yeah, I think I scrapped that, but actually
I think everybody did.
yeah, that
Like me and
never
Andrew.
actually worked out, did it?
Oh man.
For
Don't
Galahan's
even-
project I was gonna make bread. And this was before was this not before you started making bread?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna make bread and then
Or no, yeah. I was making bread in junior year. This was like sophomore year then.
this was an egg white bread.
It was very
It's
good. I do remember it.
really good. I made it in a bread maker though, so I didn't actually. I kind of cheated, I guess, if you wanna.
I mean,
know.
using a bread maker isn't cheating. It's like using a rice cooker isn't cheating. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of elitists are like, no, you gotta make rice in, or
Water.
like things like that. You gotta make rice with a pan and water, and you gotta do
Mhm.
right. But then like I was watching this video of this old Japanese man, and he was like, everybody thinks you have to make rice in the traditional pot, and you gotta do it all right and perfect. And he brought up a rice maker, and he's like, this is technology. We use technology to make better things. And I was like, man, that's good advice.
fucking. Yeah, that's what you want to hear.
But yeah,
Technology.
bread makers can make a good loaf of bread. Is
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And for
But I
cheap,
mean,
like,
I can see where people are coming from because it's like, what kind of skill did you do other than put the right ratio in? You know.
eh,
So like the ratio was good. And that's like the extent of what I did. I guess I kneaded it a little bit after it came out, and then put it into the pan. But yeah, that was my experience with bread making.
wait, so how does a bread maker work, right? Because I've never used one, but
Um,
does it like cook it in the bread maker for you? You did it bake it in the oven afterwards.
it has a cooking function, so you can cook it in there. But it needs it, and then like you can set it to be like, okay, yeah, after it rises, cook it, or you can be like, beep at me whenever you're done, and then
I'm gonna bake it myself.
you take it out, put it in a different loaf pan or something if you want to make some more. And I think that's what we did.
Right.
We put it in a
Okay.
different loaf pan. I think we might have actually cooked it in the bread maker because I vaguely remember cutting out the stirring thing in the middle,
Oh.
the little stirring apparatus that it uses for that. It's a really interesting tool because it takes the dough and it's like it like rolls it around the pan by like flipping it. It's just like flip, flip,
Yeah.
flip, flip. Just
Like a kneading hook and a regular mixer.
yeah, exactly like that. Tune in next week for how Caleb and I made Jankum.
We didn't make jankum. Hate to break it to everybody. Not gonna
Caleb,
divulge my secret recipe
come on,
for
Caleb, stop
jankum.
lying. Come on.
Such a obscure thing. Nobody knows what jankum is.
That's true.
You can easily look it up though.
That's
Things
true.
we should probably write down is our blacksmithing experience. And then I want to do next week the state of memes, history of memes, and the
Sure.
state of them now.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
that's an
like
interesting
theory
topic.
crafting about memes. I used to do it
Yeah.
all the time. I used to have little like. Do you guys remember after school and like our out period, whenever we just like, there were like 5 or 6 of us that would just hang out all together, and there was 1 or 2 times when I just talked about meme theory, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I was like preaching. I was like on a soapbox, and I was being like,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, here's our destination. We start with memes, okay? The world's going to end because of memes, and I went through the whole reason why, and it made sense. It
Mhm.
just sounds like I'm a conspiracy theorist if I say it that way, but that's basically how I structured my little sermon I did.
Yeah. Not many people know this, but Andrew got me into memes. And we were in memes into memes like knee deep before it was cool.
We were?
Well,
I can't even. I've been
memes
in them
have
so
cool
long I
for a
can't even
while.
remember the origin for
Memes
myself.
were not cool when
That's
I was
true.
first introduced to
You
them.
mean
Memes-
amongst like the mainstream,
Yes.
all the
Yeah.
normies?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Wow, Blaine is a.
What happened to the PogChamp tier list? They aren't done making new PogChamps yet, so we have to
we're
wait
gonna
on
do
it.
that at the end of the
End of the
PogChamp.
month. End of the month.
Yeah.
It should. I think it's only going through the end of January. So our first
End
Feb
of
show
PogChamp month.
should be the PogChamp tier list. And if they don't stop making PogChamps, then we'll just do the January PogChamps tier list.
Hmm. That works. If by that time we haven't figured out a proper setup for integrating
What is?
the
I'm gonna
pod,
see, what
the
is today's
tier
PogChamp?
list, then we can talk about
Can I not? Am I
the
that
state
bad?
of memes, because they've kind of stagnated. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I don't know if they've stagnated. We could get more into this next time, but I think memes I think society is stagnating.
Yeah,
I think that
That's true.
entertainment in general is stagnating.
there hasn't been enough stuff, external stimulus to create new memes because of
Right.
COVID.
Exactly.
I see. Yeah, and Bernie is the first one to come out of it.
True.
One of the first. Because the Bernie meme is big right now.
Yeah. The Bernie
Next
meme is
week,
big.
it probably won't be.
No, yeah, it'll be gone within a week.
Yeah.
It's burning too bright.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, boys. I'm starving.
That's fine.
And-
We can
It-
end it here.
it's
in
been
this-
an
And
hour,
yeah.
I don't even know if there's any food left for me in the kitchen at this point. It's been a half hour since it was ready.
Damn.
So I want to go find out and come back sad if there's nothing left. But I guess I can just go buy something if that happens. But
hmm
history. Tune in next week for the history of memes. It's gonna
A to
be an
Z
exciting.
memes.
It's gonna be an exciting philosophical episode.
We probably should prepare a little bit on the history of it. 'Cause,
I will definitely. I'm interested in meme history.
Okay. I had that idea while we were podcasting. I was like,
memes.
probably a good idea.
Yeah, if you guys want to hear about the kind of things that are on the horizon, I've been interested in the idea of talking about the concept of ASMR possibly on this podcast.
Mhm.
I also I've never really talked in depth about speedrunning or the experience, or
That's true.
you know, the journey, or you know, anything about that. I mean, I have 8 years of experience in that department at this point, so
Mhm.
I mean, there's some things that we can bring up on the horizon, but next week.
Who's the person that you kind of traded world records with?
Green Tunic?
Yeah, you think we could get
For
him on the
3 years?
podcast?
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be pretty cool. I don't really talk to him often.
Yeah.
Like we're hardly even acquaintances. Like at this point, he's pretty inactive on the internet at this point, as far as I know. But so am
He's-
I. Besides this
He's
show,
older than you, isn't he?
Besides this show, so am I. So I don't know. I could reach out to him. But
It'd be interesting.
I think
I'd be down to.
I think that would be a little more weird, frankly, than
Mhm.
some other figures in the Link's Awakening speedrunning community.
I'd be
but
down to prepare some questions if we
Yeah,
had
I mean,
another
yeah,
foreign guest. Our first foreign guest.
Yeah, we could. I could reach out to somebody,
That'd be cool.
or just
And you
reach
could,
out to
like-
the Discord in general
Mhm.
and see if anyone's interested.
Compare experiences.
Yeah, and we could bounce answers off each other. It'd be good. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Here we are planning on the air.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, nothing better to talk about at this point.
yeah, dude. Seriously though, stick by. What?
Stick up.
Come
stand
back.
up.
Come back next week. Stick around for next week's
Yep.
show, meme history. Maybe we'll have a speedrunning thing with a guest in the future. Yeah.
Who
anything
knows?
else? Anything else?
PogChamp will rise again.
Yeah, PogChamp will rise again. We'll have a tier list for that soon.
Yeah. Alright.
But yeah, that's it for us.
Hungry.
I'm very hungry. So peace out. Stay Chinos.
Stay Chinos.
And we'll see you next week. Later.
See ya.